Hello, and welcome to the Jam and Jukebox Radio Show. I am your host, DJ Delta Dawn. So glad to be here with you on this Tuesday night. I'm so glad Monday's out of the way, and I'm sure many of you are as well. And we are very, very stoked tonight because our guest, you are going to absolutely love him. He is, I'm not sure, I guess we'll get into this in a moment, but his music could be classified as hip-hop, rap, dance, pop. I mean, he's that kind of artist. He just really has a good sound, and he's really got some great stuff going on. And he is an international artist from Puerto Rico. His name is Sastre. Hello, Sastre.
Hey, how are you? Thanks for having me on your show. I'm super excited to be talking to you and everybody that's listening. I just want to say thank you.
Well, thank you for taking time out, and I also want to say, thank you so much for promoting and tweeting out about it. That's awesome. I mean, I've seen all the tweets going out from your end of the spectrum, and you definitely were rock and rolling and ready for this night. So thank you so very much. Greatly appreciate it. I want to kind of launch right into this, and first of all, I want to just kind of get to the heart of the matter because, you've been doing this music thing for a little while now, but I would like for you to tell the listening audience what kind of music, what genre of music specifically are you promoting or putting out there? Because, it could be classified as several different types of genres.
Yes, you're right. You're very correct on that. I could say I found myself now, and I classify myself as like Latin pop. It's like, it's Spanish, and but, I used to do urban music before when I first started, but, when you first start as a musician, you're always like trying to find what's that style that fits right with you. But I found myself with the music that, like Perdóname, the new single that I just put out. That's more like how I am. I'm more like laid back, more, romantic style. You could say like R&B-ish type, so that's kind of the music I identify myself as, the music that I do.
I love your sound, and I'll be the first to admit I don't listen to a lot of international music just because, in the American scene, it's all Americanized. But I really do love your sound, and it's just great. I mean, your voice is great. The vocals are great. I don't understand. I can't translate what you're saying in the song, but I love, how it just flows and your sound that you're putting out. It's really good stuff. And really, it could be, on your latest hit. You've got a dance remix, so there's a club version, and then you've got the slowed down version of the song. There's so much that you can do with your music. It really does. You're not boxed in as an artist, and that's pretty cool.
Yes, thank you. That means a lot to me. Basically, I know you don't understand what it says because it's in Spanish, but basically the whole topic of the song, the whole idea is it's basically telling that special person to forgive me, that special someone to forgive me for all my mistakes, and basically, I noticed that I messed up and I just want another chance at love, to be with that person. That's basically what it is, like, and everybody goes through that. So.
That's a beautiful message.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed that I don't understand what it says, because I took 3 years of Spanish when I was in high school, and I was in the Spanish Honor Society. So it's just something that I've not, worked on through the years, and I wish I had honed my skills a little bit more. But the name of the song, translated in English, what does it mean? What does it say?
You said the name of the song?
Yeah, what's the name of the song?
Oh, the name of the song in English, Perdóname, it means forgive me,
Ah, yeah, Perdóname.
Yeah, Perdóname.
And, okay.
But yeah, going back to what you were saying about, the language, me, myself, I used to live, I was raised in Puerto Rico, so I moved to New York when I was 16, 17 years old already. And my English was really, 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 really bad. I didn't know no English at all. Like, I didn't understand anything. So I used to like playing basketball when I was young. So, I still play now, but basically I forced myself to learn the language because I didn't understand what they say on the basketball court.
Mhm.
So
Well.
basically, it took me, a few years to actually understand and be able to speak English. Like, as you could hear right now, I probably have an accent. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's where I'm
Well,
at right now.
you know what though? I have an accent too, and I'm as American American again. So I have a Southern accent, so it's perfectly okay. Well, I think the language is beautiful though. There's just something about Latin, Puerto Rican, Spanish, whatever, that type of accent and that type of language is just beautiful, the way it flows and the way it kind of rolls off your tongue. That was one of the things that I enjoyed about taking Spanish when I was in school was, just because of the fluency of how it flowed and how it was just kind of like a cha-cha-cha, it kind of clipped along when you were saying it. Now, I could fluently read Spanish, and I could still fluently read Spanish to this day for the most part. But if you were to say, what did you just read? I would probably go, let me look it up. I'd get out my dictionary, start looking. So,
that's funny.
yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it when I took it. So, yeah, I wish I had honed my skills a little bit more through the years, but I never really used it, So, and you know what they say about that? If you don't use something, you lose it for sure. Now, how did you and your family end up coming to the United States? You moved here when you were a teenager, so how did that all kind of transpire for you?
Well, I was born in New York, in the Bronx, so basically when I was young, my parents split up, and my father ended up going to Puerto Rico. My mother stayed in New York, so basically I ended up going with my father to Puerto Rico, so that's how I ended up in Puerto Rico in the first place. And then as I grew up, I wanted to basically see my mother again, and basically I was just like, okay, I want to move back to New York, and I ended up going back by myself, and that's how I ended up back in New York, That's how I was able to. That's the way it happened.
Yeah. So. Now I want to talk a little bit about the production side of your music because I know that you not only write your music, but you produce and you engineer it as well. And one of the things that, I was really curious about coming into this interview tonight was talking to you about some of the people that you've actually worked with in the industry and how have they helped you get to where you are?
Okay, let me see how can I keep this kind of short. Basically,
sure.
It all started, I didn't have no knowledge of how to record music or anything, so I first started trying to go to studios, trying to get people to help me, but in the Latin industry it's really hard because not everybody knows how to work the programs and softwares, and the people that know, they charge a lot of money for studio time. So I basically, little by little, started getting equipment and stuff, and, nowadays everything's on YouTube. So for independent artists out there, that's my trick. I just, basically research how do you EQ vocals, whatever, how do you mix vocals, how do you make beats, and that's how you start. You just, basically, I didn't went to school or anything for audio engineering or anything, but that's how I did it. I just researched, basically keep the book on the right hand and looking at the screen at the same time, and, basically trial and error, and every time you keep, that's basically the production type of the music, and that's the way I did it because I couldn't afford to be able to have studio time and pay a lot of money to get records done. And what else? And but basically the money that I did have was, I got to put into promotion. That's the only way my music is going to get out there, because if I use it in studio time, my music is just going to stay in my computer, and just basically I'm not going to be able to expand out there and everything. Sometimes promotion, people, I respect people's job, promoters, and they also got to, work, and they got their own way to earn money. So that's basically how I did it. And that's the way I work, basically graphics, also media, everything. If you go to my website, everything I've done it myself, little by little, like graphics, website, CD printing, everything all myself. Like, I work with a label too called 100% Inc., and that's basically I'm part owner of it, and I offer services. That's how I make, that's my job, full-time job. People ask me, how do you do music, and how do you have a job at the same time? And obviously, I don't have a 9-to-5 job. It's all media and, doing CDs for other people, doing graphics for other people, doing flyers and that's basically how I do, you know, to be able to be flexible with the music, because music is 24/7. It never stops, you know.
Oh yeah.
And the moment that you take a little break, somebody else basically takes your spot. It's just the way it works in the music. You always have to stay, you know, moving forward, always trying to stay busy and connecting, you know, with people in the that works in the music industry, you know, as yourself, as a DJ, radio host, you know, as also with fans too, you know. Fans are very loyal when, you know, when you're loyal to them too, but the minute that you basically, you know, take a break and don't connect and stop connecting with the fans, they basically turn into listening to, you know, other people, or, you know, they just say like, what happened, you know, where did he went, you know? Where did he go?
And that's so true. I mean, this industry that we're in, you can't stand still. It will pass you by and leave you sitting in a heartbeat, you know, and you do have to stay busy. I mean, you know, I know I run 3 radio shows, so I know what you're talking about. I mean, I'm constantly working and pulling lots of late hours. Not to mention, you know, this is not my day job. So my day job is, you know, a normal day job, and so, you know, when I get off that job, I'm doing this. You know, this is the other side of things. And but you know, I think if you really work hard and you're doing what you love, then it never feels like work. And but, you know, at the same time, we have to eat and pay the bills, so it kind of, you know, you have to pull that in. But I'm very impressed by the way that you have been able to, you know, you're pretty much self-taught, and, you know, you've really done your homework in terms of how to make it in this business, and you've done some very strategic things in terms of marketing yourself and your music, and that's brilliant. I mean, a lot of artists struggle with that. So to be able to have that is quite the leg up on, you know, on some other artists that are out there, because it is so incredibly competitive, this industry. And, you know, one of the things, go ahead.
Oh, and also that, you know, it's always new things. Every day is something new. Like, you know, as a musician, you never stop learning. There's always new tools that you could use also to market yourself. You know?
That's true. That is so true. And I say every day, thank goodness for the power of social media, because without it, you know, a lot of independent artists like yourself would not be able to get your music out there. And if you did, it would be a very slow process, you know. I mean, just in the last 5 years, social media has evolved in such a large way, you know, from where it was to where it is now. I mean, everybody is connecting, and the connections you can make, no matter what you're doing. You know, if you just put it out there that, hey, this is what I'm doing, the connections just kind of come, you know. And it's endless. I mean, the things that you're able to do now that we have this in place, this medium versus before. And it's really been the secret to a lot of indie artists being able to really get their stuff out there. Like you said, you know, otherwise it would just be trapped inside their computer, you know, with nowhere for it to go.
You're right.
That's the beautiful thing. Now, you are currently, as I understand it, you're currently working on your debut album. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm currently making like an EP. I'm not doing albums now. I'm doing basically more like EPs. It's like half album. So that's what I'm doing. As an independent, it's better to do EPs, and it's faster to, you know, to make good songs put together and be able to promote, you know.
Oh yeah,
And that's what they're doing out in the industry. They're doing more EPs, and especially for independent artists that are trying to get themselves out there. So, but yeah, I'm working on my EP. It's not titled yet, but it's in the making, and I'm hoping it be finished by trying to release it by the end of summer at least. Have something ready by then. Yeah, but I haven't. But right now, at the moment, I'm really going 100% with Perdóname right now, and as I know they're making another version. It's like a kind of like a club version or something of Perdóname that is more like for like top 40 stations. And but yeah, that's what they working on remaking that right now as I speak, and hopefully it'll be done soon, and hopefully I'll have it ready for you by then. You know, hopefully.
Well, we'll be waiting. Whenever you get it to us, we'll be ready to roll it out and play it for our fans and listeners here. When you were working on I'm so afraid I'm going to butcher this. Perdóname. I can't pronounce it correctly, and I apologize. Perdóname. Okay, I got it. How long did it take you? How long did it take you to, create this song from start to finish? Was it kind of a long, arduous process, or was it did it go pretty quickly?
Basically, Perdóname songs, all the songs that I make is very, is all personal stuff that I go through every day in life, and I relate, all of my songs is, I'm not just writing them to write them, so it's very like, it's very, I'm very connected to the song, and, but it just took me, like a day, just to have it done, all the whole song complete. So it's like with me when I do music, when I'm in the zone, I'm just there. Like it just happens, I can't be like other artists that every day they make music and write songs. Me, I'm more passionate about it. Like I'm more connected with the music. So it'll be like today after we speak, I'll feel inspired and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make a song today about whatever the song is, and it just pops out and comes out. There are other days I try to do it, but it's not the same. It's not. I don't know what it is. It's just something. It's really hard to explain, but it's something like I feel. And I don't know. It's just a strange way. I don't know. I guess I make music.
Yeah. Well,
you know what? It just happens in the moment. So, plus, I make my music straight from my, home. I don't go to studios out there and make the music. So, it's better for me that way. It's more comfortable. I have my own time. And sometimes when I needed to have it, like Perdóname, a really good production, have it mixed down again or whatever, I basically recorded first idea, and then I go and record it, with a better sound, if that's what you want to say. But yeah, it took me like a day. I'll tell you a day, a couple hours, and that's it. It just comes out. It's ready to go.
Well, I know when, I love to write, and I know it's one of those things I can't just sit down at any given hour of the day and write. So, I would imagine music is a lot the same way. You got to feel it. I mean, it's got to kind of be welling up inside of you, just waiting to come out on paper, or putting it in your computer. I mean, it's not one of those things that's just, there are some artists that can write that way. Me personally, if I'm writing, it comes in spurts, in bits and pieces. Just whenever I'm feeling it, I'm feeling that urge to write, and and I think when artists, when they write that way, it makes for a better product, because when you're feeling it and then you're just looking to get it out on paper or on the computer, before you lose it, it really does, I think, make for a better music, because you do hear all the heart and soul and passion, in the song.
Exactly.
It's very
that's what
believable.
I do sometimes I'm like having fun, and sometimes I don't even write the songs. Like I'll just put the beat and start feeling the beat, and then I just get in the recording booth and I just start singing, like freestyling, whatever comes out from my head. And sometimes songs come out like that way. Like before Perdóname, I don't know if you read my biography, but it talks about Atrévete is another song that it got to Music Choice. It reached number 45 on the Billboards independently. Like I wasn't signed to any label or anything. I always been independent. And that song, it's funny, that song, I didn't wrote the song. It was just a freestyle. Like I didn't write or anything. It's just singing whatever comes out, from the top of my head. And it became, a really good song to put out there, and a lot of people liked it. And and it reached really far compared to all the other songs that I work really hard at. And sometimes it works that way. Sometimes when you have fun with a song, it just comes out and becomes one of the best songs you ever had.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it kind of catches you by surprise too. You don't have any idea going into it what it's gonna, what's gonna come of it. And then the next thing you know, bam, it really does catch you off guard. Now let's talk a little bit about your video for Perdóname. I'm gonna pronounce Sarah. Perdóname. See, I'm trying to say it too fast because of my southern.
Okay, Perdóname.
Perdóname. I'm horrible at this.
There you go. You got it.
Perdóname. I forgot. In Spanish, you have to each syllable. In my southern dialect, I'm trying to say it fast because I talk fast sometimes. Yeah. but let's talk about your video for the song, because was this your first attempt at making a video because it looks so professionally done. I mean, how did that all come together for you?
Does it look professional?
It looks very professional, yes.
Well, thank you very much. The video, my partner and I did it ourselves. Like, we had a camera and we like, okay, we're going to write the idea of the video and shoot it ourselves, and just two people, you know, myself and my partner, we did it. And then we edited ourselves. Like I told you, we do everything. Like, every Sostre, like the whole project is, nobody else is touching the project. Like, everything is ourselves. It's a lot of work, don't get me wrong. It takes a lot of time to get it done, but yeah, it's ourselves. We did it ourselves, you know. And I appreciate that. You know, I was very nervous at first. Don't get me wrong. I was like, you know, I'm very scared, you know, at first because I never done videos before, but I always have this. I don't know. I see it. I picture it in my head, like how I'm gonna edit and stuff like that. I'm very technical, and my partner is very creative, and you know, also and puts a little bit of input to it too, and. But it's a good team, you know, team Sostre family. That's why I call my team Sostre family, and everybody that helps Sostre, you know, promote Sostre, whatever little thing that contributes to what Sostre is today, that's what I call them, Sostre family. That's like the street team, basically, you know. And, but yeah.
That is for me, you know, I have to tell you, you did not look nervous in the video at all. I mean, you look like a veteran pro. Because, you know, videos are, especially music videos, are, from what I'm told and what I understand, are not the easiest in the world to make. I know a lot of artists have told me, especially with their first effort of making a video, you know, they have to do a lot of lip syncing as the song's playing. It's got to all be edited just right to make it look believable, and it's quite arduous. I mean, it's you know, it's a rigorous process to make it come out the way you're wanting to present it to the world, so to speak.
Yeah, right.
And did you find any of that to be a challenge for you when you were making that video?
I do. I think the fact that the video was done under 100% ink ourselves, I think it made me feel more confident, and you know, and to prepare me when I get to that. You know, because as a musician, as an artist, you always got to continue, like, what's the next level? You know, what can you do to reach, you know, to the next level? And I think that's basically like preparing me for what's coming, you know, because basically I will have to, I'm thinking in the future to collaborate with better music video directors, or what if the chance comes, and I think that's basically preparing me for that kind of, you know, things that will come in the future.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I've always felt like, you know, if an artist could make a video, because there is a level of acting, you know, that has to kind of be conveyed as part of telling the story of the song, you know, they can do just about anything, you know, because when you're a performer and you're up there performing for an audience, that's quite different than making a video and you're trying to make it come off as believable, you know, especially if a video is a visual of the song itself. And you really have to, it's a whole different angle you have to work in order to make it, you know, look the way it needs to look for the viewer to really get into it, you know. So what other new and exciting things have you got going on that you're going to be working on in the meantime besides your EP?
Well, also, this has nothing to do with music, but it's things I do in my, I never have free time, but I make the time. I like working with nonprofits. I work with this charity out here. It's called Heal the Bay, and they basically, what they do is they take care of, like, the ocean and clean the beaches and stuff. And I put myself to participate to help the Heal the Bay, the nonprofit. And that's what I do in my free time. So, like, if you go to my Instagram, you go back a little bit, you see pictures of me, like, cleaning the beach. And I like doing that because back where I'm from in Puerto Rico, like, the beach from my town is considered one of the top 5 most dirtiest beaches in Puerto Rico. And I would like in the future to go back and kind of, like, expand and bring that out there and help to clean the beaches out there, too, you know? So that's what I do on the side, you know, things like that. And what else? And I just finished doing, like, a little marathon, but I'm preparing myself to run, like, a really big marathon for next year out here in California. And I'm doing that. And then also with Perdóname, basically Oh, also it reached it got to play on it's playing now on Music Choice that I just found out. And what else? And yeah, that's a little bit of me. Oh, and that's what is going on for me right now. That's what I could say, and
Well, I'm so impressed by you and the person that you are. I mean, you are really self-made, and you are going places. And in the grand scheme of things of where you're trying to get with your music and your career, you still take time out to help your fellow man and to make a difference. And that comes back to you tenfold by way of many, 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 many blessings. I truly believe that. What you give, you're getting back, so that's really unique.
Yeah, also, I almost forgot to say, the day that I ran the marathon, actually, I was running because I was raising money for women that are, basically abused by men, and for domestic violence. So I was raising money to help women out there, because the money goes to it's called, I forgot the thing, Sojourn it's called. It's out here, it's another nonprofit out here. And basically what they do, they collect, the money that I raise goes into them so they could, continue having offices open and being able to help those women out there that continues being abused, by the domestic violence.
That is so cool. I mean, that is awesome. I mean, you are awesome. And speaking of marathons, in lieu of what happened in Boston yesterday, do you at some point ever think that you would try to run in the Boston Marathon?
You know what? It's crazy that you say that, because when I was running over here, they were talking about a lot of people that was running on the marathon, and they say, like, that Boston Marathon is a really, one of the most important marathons in the United States, or basically worldwide, to run. And when I heard what happened, I have a friend out there, like this is her name is Amy Lebona. She does my bookings, and she's from Boston. And when I found out, and also my friend Addition, they be out there in Boston, and I was concerned, what happened. I hope that they are right. I hope they wasn't there. And I managed to get in touch with them. And it happened to be, when it happened, it was her birthday too, the day that it happened. So I was like, wow, this is shocking.
Wow.
So so I was like, I hope that everybody's okay. But I managed to get in touch with them later, so I'm glad that everything, at least they're okay. But I still feel sad and very hurt about, the people that was affected,
Oh, definitely.
So
I mean,
it definitely,
that was such a horrific time and a day, and that's one that, kind of like 9/11, that will stay with us from now on, because, I think we were reminded just how apparently it was a terrorist attack, so, whether it was domestic or international, it still kind of is a grim reminder of our vulnerabilities that we have still. And, it's really sad, too, because we are the freest nation on the earth, and to think that we have anybody, whether they're one of our own or someone from, another country, coming here to do us harm. I mean, it's just it's very, very sobering. But I'm glad, for your friend's sake, that she is okay, and those that that reside in that area, definitely were okay from all that yesterday. That's very, very scary time for a lot of folks who couldn't find, their family members who were actually running in the marathon. So it was, I'm sure, quite chaotic for quite a while. But, our thoughts and prayers just go out to them out there. But yeah, I mean, that's probably something, if you're really into running and that's something you like to do, that's probably something you should aspire to do at some point in time, because I've always heard it's a very, running the Boston Marathon is just so fulfilling to cross that finish line at the end of the 26 miles, and to know that you did it. And it's been a part of our country, I mean, as long as I've been living. It's always been in existence. So that's been a pretty good while now. So
that's a long time.
It's a long time, that's for sure. That's for sure. Well, it's been around longer than I have, so that's quite a while. But in any event, before we let you go, we've got a caller on the line that would like to speak with you. Have you got time to take a call?
Okay.
Okay, sure. Hello, Iris?
Yes.
Hi, you're on with Soft Stray.
Hi, how are you? Sostres, how are you, darling?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. Macho wants to call in, but Macho's in school, so I told him that I would call in for him, and I wanted to call, and wow, we're super, super proud of your success. Perdóname, love, 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 and we're just super, super proud, and we wanted you to know that, and we follow you in everything that you're doing. We're always on your Facebook, checking you out, your new music, and we just wanted to, show you a lot of love and have a lot of success because we knew that you were going to do it even when you were out here in the Bronx selling your CDs. And
that was a long time ago. I still remember to this day. I Macho, that's my little brother right there. I love that guy to death.
And he just wanted you to know that he's always thinking of you, and he knew that you will make it, and we all did, and we're proud of you, super, super proud, and continue the success, and pa'lante. Ya tú sabes.
Thank you, gracias.
Okay, thank you for letting me speak.
Thank you, Iris, for calling. We appreciate it so much.
Okay, God bless you, honey.
Thank
gracias,
you.
Gracias.
Okay, bye.
God bless and have a great night. She was so nice and had some really nice things to say about you. I mean, it's very obvious just from what I've seen on social media, you have this tremendous fan base who are just so supportive of what you're doing and what you've accomplished, and I'm sure that that means a lot to you, and it also probably helps keep you motivated and inspired to keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, they supported me since like day one when I moved to New York, and the whole Sostre thing was just an idea, like a dream, and like still to this day I'm still managing to keep moving forward. But they were there from day one, always encouraging me and telling me like I could do it and to continue to never give up. To this day, they every now and then they always hit me up like, hey, just keep going, keep your head up, because this time in the music stuff, like sometimes even people that is up on top, they still feel like they're going in circles, nothing's going on, but there's always a way, And I'm very connected. Yeah, I'm very connected with my fans, and I'm always thinking of them anyway. And actually, I wanted to take the chance to, if it's okay with you, to announce. I have a little thing I'm starting now with Sotre Family. It's like basically everybody that fans that new fans or old friends that they support me, and I do like a campaign, like once a month I give like little gifts to whoever supports me. It's like a little, whoever supports me shares my links and show love, and whoever supports me the most, I keep track of it, and basically they win prizes, and I want to take for this month of April here on air. I want to announce the winner. I do this through Facebook, and I want to announce the winner.
Certainly, go ahead. That's great.
And the winner, his name is Pac-Man Small. He's been every day constantly sending links to everyone through messages, comments, always retweeting my stuff. And his name is Pac-Man Small. Pac-Man Small, gracias por siempre compartir toda mi música. Y tú eres el ganador de este mes de abril y ya te voy a estar enviando premios a tu casa. Gracias por todo lo que has hecho. All right, there you go.
That is so cool. That is so cool. I mean, awesome. I mean, how often do you get a platform like this to do something like that for your fans? And I'm sure you have many listening tonight. You can't see that there are people in the chat room that are listening to this right now. So, and of course, you have people out there listening. And that is just awesome. I mean, you, like I said, I can't say it enough, you're an awesome person, human being, and you're a phenomenal artist, and I'm with Iris. You've got a great career ahead of you, and it's awesome that you were so humble and you really show your appreciation to the fans at every level. And I believe when you're a household name, you will always remember your fans and where you came from. I don't think you'll ever lose sight of that. You just seem to be very grounded.
Yeah, you're right on that. I'll never do. I mean, I'm still a fan today to music out there, and I was before, and I know what it feels like to be a fan and want to connect with the artist. And that's why I do what I do, because I'm a fan myself. So I'm a fan of the fans. So
yeah,
that's the reason I do what I do.
They're such an integral part of what you do, what I do. I mean, if we didn't have fans and followers and people supporting us, there would be no need for us to do what we do. So, it really is about the fans at the end of the day, every day. So, well, I want to thank you so very much for being our special guest this evening. It has been a blast to speak with you and to learn more about you and your music, and we would just love to have you back anytime that you have, a new project coming out. When you get the new EP ready to roll out, let's work out a time to have you back on to talk about that at length, play some of it for the listening audience, and just we'll do what we can to help you promote it here on our end.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very grateful for everything that you for believing in me and for accepting me on your show. I want to thank your fans, for whoever's listening, for taking the time to listen to me. I know you guys don't know me, but you're gonna get to know me more soon. But I'm very grateful for everything that you're doing. And I just want to say to your fans, please look me up, SostraMusic.com, Facebook.com/SostraMusic. And Twitter, if you go to Dawn's, you're going to see her retweets from me. You'll find me there, Sostra Music. And, hope to hear from you guys soon.
Thank you so very much. You're very kind. And we wish you the very best of success as you continue to move forward in your career. And we look forward to speaking with you again in the very near future.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Y saludos a Yabucoa, Puerto Rico. Los quiero.
Well, thank you. God bless, and have a great night.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. What a great artist. We've been speaking with Sostre, and I'm going to eventually learn how to pronounce his name. I feel like I'm saying it wrong every time, but what a phenomenal human being. I mean, my day has just been made listening to him talk about, his career, his music, and just such a sense of being completely and utterly humble. With everything he says. He has a great fan base, quite a following on social media, a very supportive, loyal fan base, I should say, as well, and he has not let an ounce of that go to his head. I think that is just awesome, because in this day and time, that's hard to come by. So it's rare to find someone who is very grounded in spite of the fact that he is gaining ground and going places in his career. So I commend him for that. I commend him for his hard work and for all the great things that he's doing to get ahead and make it in this industry that is so terribly competitive and very, very difficult to navigate it and find your place in, as it is. So, but he's got the right idea, and he's got a great head on his shoulders, and I do believe that because of that, it's going to serve him well as he continues to move forward. And so, before we close our show tonight, as a treat for everyone, I want to play his song that is getting a lot of airplay and is really making some noise in the world of Indian music. We have certainly gotten some great, feedback on it here on our show, and he's just a phenomenal artist. And it's hard to believe when you hear it that, that he is kind of a one-man show, that he produces, he writes, he sings, he performs, and he produces, engineers, the whole 9 yards, because the product is so professional sounding. It sounds like he went into this, $1 million studio and recorded it. It's just that good, which just goes to show that he is very meticulous and cares very deeply about his product and what he wants to give to the world to listen. So we're going to play his latest hit right now. This is Perdóname. I think that's, I'm getting it. And this is Sostre.
Yo sé que últimamente no te he tratado bien, como se debería tratar una mujer. Yo sé que tú mereces más de lo que yo te doy, pa' que no te sientas sola. Como hombre reconozco que fui yo el que fallé en esta relación. Como hombre reconozco que fui yo el que fallé en esta esta relación. Es real, déjame enseñarte que mi amor es de verdad. Es real, déjame enseñarte que mi amor es de verdad. Perdóname por las veces que dices sufrir. Perdóname por las veces que dices sufrir. Mereces mucho mejor, baby, I don't wanna let you go, baby, I don't wanna let you go. Mereces mucho mejor, baby, I don't wanna let you go, baby, I don't wanna let you go. Mereces mucho mejor. Yo sé que últimamente yo no he estado ahí, no te escuché, no aseguré si estabas bien. Yo sé que tú mereces más y lo mejor de mí. Ya te necesito ahora. Como hombre reconozco que fui yo el que fallé en esta relación. Como hombre reconozco que fui yo el que fallé en esta relación. Es real, déjame enseñarte que mi amor es de verdad. Es real, déjame enseñarte que mi amor es de verdad. Perdóname por las veces que dices que sí. Perdóname por las veces que dices que sí. Mereces mucho mejor, baby, I don't wanna let you go, baby, I don't wanna let you go. Mereces mucho mejor, baby, I don't wanna let you go, baby, I don't wanna let you go. Mereces mucho mejor. Perdóname por las veces que dices que sí. Perdóname por las veces que dices que sí. Mereces mucho mejor, baby, I don't wanna let you go, baby, I don't wanna let you go. Mereces mucho mejor, baby, I don't wanna let you go, baby, I don't wanna let you go. Mereces mucho mejor.
I love that, and I bet if you were like me, you were kind of grooving in your seat, just kind of moving slow to the music. I mean, great rhythm, great sound, and that was our special guest for this evening, Sostre and Perdóname. Yay, I got it. He was too proud. All right, we want to say a huge thank you to him for being our special guest tonight. We've had a great time speaking with him, and hope that you enjoyed our interview as well. Again, to reiterate what he said, if you want to follow him on Twitter, you can follow him at Sostre Music, and that's SOSTRE Music. And, check him out. Let him know, if you like his music. And if you do, please support him and buy it. The single is available now, and you can go to his website as well and pick that up. So that is actually going to wrap our show for this evening. We've got the next couple of nights off, and then we'll be right back here on Saturday night for our Indie Artist Showcase at 7 p.m. Eastern. And so we're very, very excited about that. And one quick note, as many of you know who are regular listeners to our program, we have started a brand new radio show to add to our family of shows. This makes the third show that we've started. And this show is more of a faith-based Christian format show. It's called Life Beats Radio, and it just debuted within the last couple of weeks, and so we're very, very excited about how things are going with that at the moment. And we just secured today a huge guest for the show tomorrow night, Sandi Patty, who is well-known in the world of contemporary Christian music. She has been in the industry for over 3 decades and has won so many awards. It's unbelievable. As a matter of fact, she's the winner of 5 Grammy Awards, 4 Billboard Music Awards, 3 platinum records, 5 gold records, and 11 million units sold. She also is the most awarded female vocalist in contemporary Christian music history with 40 Dove Awards. And she's also a published author. And in recent, currently she is performing with some of the biggest symphonies across the country, such as the New York Pops, the Boston Pops, Cincinnati Pops, the Dallas Symphony, the Baltimore Symphony, the Houston Symphony, and the Oklahoma City Philharmonic. As a matter of fact, she just performed at Carnegie Hall last week. So she is world-renowned and well-loved and respected in the industry, and she is actually going to be on our Life Beats radio show tomorrow evening at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So if you're a Sandi Patty fan, here's your opportunity to listen and call in and speak with her and talk with her. I'm sure she would love to hear from you. So, and you can actually follow us on Twitter at Life Beats Radio. You can also check out our website for our show there at lifebeatsradio.com. You can also follow us here on Blog Talk Radio for any of our radio shows. We have 3. Jam and Jukebox is just one of them. But if you want to follow, all of our shows to stay up on what guests we have coming on the respective shows, you can follow this one at Jam and Jukebox. We also have a show called Behind the Mic Radio, which interviews celebrities and all different kinds of people of interest. And then, of course, our brand new show, Life Beats Radio. So if you just follow us on Blog Talk Radio here, you won't miss a beat in terms of that. But we do keep our website, updated regularly, so to keep everybody abreast of what's going on and when it's happening. So with that, I will say good night. I hope you all have enjoyed our interview with Salistre as much as I did, and enjoy the rest of your week. And I hope where you are, spring has sprung, and you're enjoying some warmer temperatures, some beautiful weather, and life is treating you very good. And lastly, I just want to say, please remember the people of Boston. Please keep them in your thoughts and prayers as you go through the next few days. And remember to count your blessings, because we are all so very blessed and very, very fortunate to have what we do. So with that, hug your loved ones, tell them you love them, and have a great night all. Enjoy the rest of your week. And we'll be back here on Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Take care all. Good night.
Thanks for listening to tonight's show. You can connect with Jam and Jukebox Radio Show on Twitter at Jam and Jukebox or on Facebook at Jam and Jukebox Radio Show. Check out our website at thejamandjukebox.com. Also, follow us on Blog Talk, where you will be always up to date on every episode as we add it. Each episode is available for immediate download upon the conclusion of each broadcast, and as always on iTunes. Thank you for joining us. Tonight's show has been brought to you by One Taste of Main Street Cake Shop, baked from scratch, custom-made cakes and cupcakes, and you'll be hooked. Every cake is made to order with only the finest and freshest ingredients. This is no ordinary bakery. Cakes are never pre-made. Main Street Cake Shop is in demand, having provided cakes and cupcakes for numerous prestigious events, bridal fairs, and venues. Owned and operated by April Murray, she has garnered many awards for not only her exquisite cake designs, but also for their incredible taste. If you're looking for a cake for any occasion, or cupcakes in a variety of flavors, then Main Street Cake Shop is the place. Visit them on the web at mainstreetcakeshop.com.